Okay, so here we're going to talk about array initialization. In all the examples that we've seen to date, we're just declaring our array, right? Here's an array numbers of size 5, and we're storing 5 individual elements in there. You also can initialize an array when you declare it. And it has special syntax, and it happens right here in the declaration statement. You put an assignment operator, and then in curly braces, you just make a list of the values that you want to go inside the array. So if I knew those were my initial values, I don't need to use the 5 assignment statements. I can just initialize the array in this fashion. So if I run it, you'll see it works here. There's also something called a partial initialization. If I wanted to just initialize the first 3 values, let's see what happens here. You'll see 11, 22, 33, and anything that you don't actually initialize a value for, it'll zero it for you. So if you wanted to zero out an entire array, you could do that. It'll put a 0 in the first element and 0 out all the rest. So that's called a partial initialization. And there's also something which is called implicit array sizing. And what this means is when you declare an array, you can put some initial values in it, and you don't have to define its size. The compiler can figure it out for you. So in this case, int numbers, and I'm just going to leave that empty, and I'm going to put my values in there again. Okay, and it will figure out how big this array has to be. Now down here with my loop, I'm still going to have to use a 5 in there just so I can display the contents of the array. And so if I run that here, we see what happens. Okay, so that's just a little bit more about array initialization.